Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be installing Tiny 11, which is a very stripped down version of Windows 11. This laptop is a Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon 3rd generation, and it is running on Windows 10 Pro right now. So what I'm going to try to do is install Windows 11. Let's just do a quick search for Tiny 11. There, it looks like that's it on the Internet Archive, archive.org. As you can see, this is based off of Windows 11 Pro 22H2. Tiny 11 has everything you need for a comfortable computing experience without the bloat and clutter of a standard Windows installation. Tiny 11 apparently only uses 8 gigabytes of space compared to the 20 plus gigabytes of a standard installation of Windows 11. And it also says that you can upgrade from Windows 10 and install it on unsupported devices. So if we pull up the updates here, I am up to date, check for updates. It usually says something about Windows 11 right here. But now we have this over here, get ready for Windows 11. Check hardware requirements. There are all of the system requirements that you need to meet. This computer does not meet those. It used to tell me right here that the computer is not eligible for Windows 11, but it didn't say why. So, from archive.org, Tiny 11 has been made by NT Dev. Simply went to the ISO version and 23H2 by 64. I've already downloaded this. That's not what I want to do. Okay, I don't want to search the web. I want to open Rufus. And I'm just installing Rufus again from the Windows Store so that I can show you guys what it looks like. Launch. So once you have your ISO file for your type of hardware downloaded, you go to Rufus. This is where you would choose the USB under Device. And you want to keep it an ISO image. And here for download, there's a drop down and you can select the ISO. So once you've chosen your USB device, keep this as ISO, choose your ISO over here, which would be the Windows Tiny 11. You just press start and wait for the burn to complete. I've already done this, however, so I'm going to shut down the computer, install the USB, and now let's see if I can get to the boot options. I think I missed it. Let's try that one more time. Okay, I've been spamming F12, and apparently that is not the right button to press to get to the boot options. Okay, it says it is the F12. Press F12 or function F12. Alright, let's try this again with function F12. Nope, I don't think so. Okay, more research. Ah, here we are. The BIOS key for ThinkPad is F1. Alright, so I think F1 is what I need to do. I'm just going to start pressing F1 before I even turn the computer on. Okay, that doesn't look like a BIOS. I think I might actually have to call Lenovo customer support because nothing that the internet says is working. Boot menu key. F12 or function F12. Guides and manuals, let's see. BIOS and UEFI. Enter BIOS during power on before Windows loads. To interrupt normal startup, press enter or tap here. Okay, I'll try that. Finger on the enter key so I can press it as many times as I can. As fast as I can. There we go. All right. F12 to choose a temporary startup device. All right, looks like the first one is our flash card, USB. This drive was created by Rufus. Yes, I know. It can boot in UEFI mode only, but you are trying to boot it in BIOS or Legacy mode. This will not work. To remove this message, you need to do one of the following. Go to your UEFI settings and lower or disable the priority of CSM Legacy mode. Or recreate the drive in Rufus and use Partition Scheme MBR Target System BIOS. Or erase the whole drive in Rufus by selecting Boot Type Non-Bootable. You may also see this message if you install the new OS on your computer and your computer is unable to boot that OS in UEFI mode. Alright, so remove the media, press enter. USB back in the computer. Finger on the enter key. Let's try F1. Let's go into the BIOS. Let's see. Config. Main. Startup. There we go. UEFI first. F10, save and exit. Let's go with F12 again. Since I changed that to UEFI, maybe it will actually load now. USB flash disk. Alright, either this is booting back into Windows 10 or it's actually loading the Tiny 11 installation. Nope, we're back in Windows 10. So F12 to choose a temporary startup device. Okay, so it tries to, I think, but then it just boots back into Windows 10. So I'm going to pause my recording here for just a minute, do some research, and I'll be back with you guys. Okay, so I'm restarting the PC once more. I actually got F12 to work, so let me get my finger on the F12 button. And there we go. I'm not sure why it didn't work the last time. Let's choose USB and see if it will actually boot from the USB this time. I don't think so. Nope, we're back on Windows 10. Let me try this. Try putting it into a different USB slot. There we go. USB flash disk. I think it's going to boot back into Windows 10 again. Okay, restarting the PC one last time. I'm going to check the BIOS settings, see if there's anything in there that maybe I can get it to work right. F1 for BIOS setup utility. Let's try putting this one up. How do I select? Okay, I've got it at the top now. Let's see if I can save and exit. F10. Yes. The USB is the very first boot option, so it should just boot into the Windows 11 startup screen. That Windows icon looks different. I think I might have actually figured it out. Setup is starting. Very nice. English, US. I accept. Nobody reads all that. And I don't want to delete anything yet. We'll go with this. I think I need to format it. I kind of know what I'm doing. Oh, you can't format it from here. New. Where do you want to install Windows? I'm pretty sure right here. This is unallocated space, so that's fine. Next. Okay. Alright, that got finished faster than I thought it would. I want to make a cup of coffee to sip on while I'm installing operating systems. There's my mouse. Yes, United States. Super memorable. One letter. I'll answer these security questions and be right back with you. So it looks like it needs to download a few updates. Computer, start time travel. Computer, end time travel. The update could not be completed. Continue to desktop. And here we are in Tiny 11. Oh, so where the start menu used to be, now it's widgets. I'll sign in later. All apps. Accessibility, Microsoft Edge. Open file location. Programs, okay. Let's see if I can... Oh, wait a second. I need this so I can download Chrome first. I guess that would be the first step. Microsoft really wants you to use their web browser and no one else's. Download Chrome. Yes. Alright, I will also sign in later. Exit, exit. Got it. Get out of here. Exit. Okay. Add or remove programs. You cannot uninstall Edge. Modify. Okay, the only thing you can do is repair it. Exit. That's okay, I'll just forget that Edge is even on the computer. delete, empty, this. Activation state is active. I thought that I would need my product key. Windows is activated with a digital license. Okay, good enough for me. Now it's time. Well, which do I want to do first? Let's see if I restart the computer. Which operating system is it going to load into? And it looks like it booted back into Windows 11. Let's see if I can figure out how to boot into Windows 10. Restart, and I think I need F12. Okay. Let's see if I just press enter what happens. That is loud. Okay. I have to restart one more time. F1 for BIOS setup utility. Over to startup. Okay, now I'm really confused. I'm not sure where to go to find the boot order. I know I was there before. Okay, so F1 gets us right back here again, startup. Oh, I just needed to press enter on the boot. Okay. Back. Okay, if anyone else ever has this problem, go to startup. Where's it? Make sure you're on boot and press enter. Maybe the HDD1 is... Alright, let's put HDD1 at the very top. F10 to save and exit. Yes. Nope, that still looks like Windows 11. Let's try HDD2. F10, yes. Nope, this is still Windows 11. Okay. If this doesn't work, I have no idea how to get back into Windows 10. F10, yes. And that is definitely a Windows 11 icon there, so I'm going to have to do some more research and get back with you guys. Alright, my smooth brain hurts. Let's go back to setup. Boot, options, the boot priority order. Oh wow, okay. So I understand something. Apparently this HDD1 and HDD2, perhaps those are slots where I can put another hard drive into the computer. I'll show you what I mean. See, all I have is disk 0. I'm pretty sure C is where I've installed Tiny11. This 260 megabyte and 1000 megabyte partition, those were for Windows 10 recovery. And this is where Windows 10 is at. Now I'll go back to the boot options. On startup, under the boot priority order, that's the hard drive. But there's no option. Maybe if I push enter, nothing happens. Okay. So I guess I'm going to have to do some more research because I want to be able to dual boot. I want to be able to choose Windows 11 or Linux to be able to boot into. So I might actually have to get another hard drive. And I guess that means these are 3 different hard drive slots inside the computer. I do have some other old laptops lying around, so I might just pull this one apart, see if anything makes sense to me whenever I look inside, And maybe I can find a place to put another hard drive for one of these other spare laptops that I have. I will do some more research and get back with you. Alright, here we are. I found no option to boot from a different partition. The only thing that I could do was boot from that hard drive. So, I've got this old laptop. So, I'm going to disassemble this laptop and see if I can salvage the hard drive for one of the other slots in the Lenovo PC. Magnetize the bit so that I can pick up the screws more easily. If at first you don't succeed, bring it on the table a little bit. Okay, got all the screws taken out. And there we go. Alright, I'm pretty sure this is a hard drive. I really don't know all that much about the internal hardware of computers, but I've seen some YouTube videos, and I'm pretty sure they've said that this one is a hard drive. I know this is a hard drive. And this hard drive is taped down, I think? Is that double-sided tape under there? Why would they do that? How do I get that out of there? I definitely don't want to break this. Let's see. Yeah, it's like a foam tape, but it's... what is that? Okay, it's coming off of there. Nice! There's the double-sided tape. It's like a double-sided foam tape. Ooh, it's like disintegrating though. I'll see if I can reuse that. Okay, so there's... says it's a Kingston... It's got two Kingston chips and one chip that says Phison. Phison? Phison. And just from looking at the sticker on here, I do see it says PCI Express, so that's possibly what kind of hard drive this is, or SSD. Alright, so I'll put that to the side for now. Can I take out this hard drive? Ah, another screw. Ah, there we go, okay. So with this one, I'm not sure if this is a hard disk or solid state. Either way, I'm going to see if either of these hard drives will fit into the Lenovo laptop. Let me just reassemble this computer real quick. At least I don't want to lose any screws. Get the bottom cover put back on as well. I think I have it upside down. That looks more right. Okay. And that bottom cover is not going back on, so I'm just going to put it back into the drawer where it's at. Saving the screws, of course. And so now onto the ThinkPad. This will be my first time taking this laptop apart, so fingers crossed I don't break anything. That's all the screws unscrewed. It looks like they're going to stay attached to the bottom cover there. There we go. I really hope I didn't break those clips just now. The front side here, the bottom cover is like really attached. It's got a lot of clips, so I'm going to see if I can go this way. There we go. And it just comes right off. And I don't think I broke any kind of clips or anything. That's a good thing. Alright. This may as well be another planet that I've never been on, and never heard of, and never researched. Now, I do know a little bit about them, but I'm not seeing anywhere to attach a hard drive yet. I might watch a YouTube tutorial on how to install a hard drive into this specific computer first, because I really don't want to mess anything up. Okay, time to do some research. Alright, well, I have scoured the web for anywhere in this laptop that there would be another place to put a hard drive in, and I haven't found anything. I have a feeling that this, and maybe somewhere else, is a hard drive. This may be the only hard drive in the entire computer. It may not have another hard drive, or another place for another hard drive. So, this video is taking a very different turn than what I thought. Originally, I was going to try to dual boot Linux and Windows 11. Debian Linux, actually. But in the BIOS, I don't see any way to choose a specific partition to boot from. You can only choose which drive to boot from. What confuses me is that there are 3 hard drives in the BIOS to boot from. That's why I took this thing apart, and I was going to add this or this, either one of these hard drives. So I'll just ask the internet. Anyone that knows more about this computer, it's a Lenovo ThinkPad Carbon X1 3rd generation. If anyone knows if there's a way to add another hard drive, please let me know. I'm sorry the video didn't go how I thought it was going to. I was going to test. I was going to run some benchmarks on the Linux system versus the Windows 11 system. And I would still really like to do that. So if anyone knows anything more about how I can do that, even if there's not a place for me to put another hard drive, is there a different way for me to dual boot Windows 11 and Linux on this machine? Okay, so after doing some research, it looks like there's no way to add one of these hard drives, I'm pretty sure this is an HDD hard disk drive. This one is clearly not a hard disk drive. This one is SSD. But there's no way to install these in the computer. There are just no spaces for it. So maybe in the future I'll get some enclosures for these and make these into external hard drives. My plan is to go ahead and install Minecraft, since we are on Windows 11 right now. I will test it to see how it works, and then use another USB flash card to install Debian 12, which is a Linux distro, and I'll see how it runs on that operating system. But for now, I see this little notification. It says your version of Windows 11 has reached end of service. Click to download a newer version of Windows 11 to stay supported. So I'm curious, if I download a newer version of Windows 11, is this going to re-bloat my system? Windows Update, install all. We have a Windows malicious software removal tool. Lenovo Monitor. Update for Windows Security Platform, a cumulative update, 2 of those, and then we have the update for Windows 11 version 22H2, and then Intel Nets. So I'm going to go ahead and say install all for now, and I'll be back with you guys after these have all installed. Alright, well, most of those updates installed. These 2, however, which look kind of important, these will not download. Well, this one will not download. This one downloads fine, but then it doesn't install. So I'm going to go to the Microsoft Store. I'm not sure if the Windows Update issue is because of Tiny 11 being so stripped down, or maybe it's because this computer here cannot officially run Windows 11, even though I'm clearly running Windows 11. Anywho, I'll get Minecraft installed, and I'll be right back. So as you can see here, this Lenovo is running an Intel Core i7-5600U CPU at 2.60 GHz. It is a double core, 4 logical processors, and it has 16 GB of physical memory. So the plan is to see how this computer will run Minecraft, and it's going to have to be Java version, because Java version is the only version that you can run on Linux. Right now we are on Windows 11. So first I'm going to see how it runs on Windows 11, then I will use this little adapter here. I'm going to use Windows 11 to turn this USB, which is actually just a SD card, in a USB adapter. I'll put the Debian 12 ISO image onto this with a program called Balena Etcher. So let's see how Tiny 11 runs the latest version of Minecraft Java Edition. So I just need to wait for the game to download, and I'll be back with you guys after it's done.
Press enter to enable the narrator.
No. Let's go full screen, single player, and I'll allow commands so that I can put myself into creative and explore. I want to see how well this computer handles flying in creative to load all the new chunks that it loads. And we're in the game. And it looks like the chunks are loading pretty well, but as I look around here, it is stuttering a little bit, which I don't really understand. 16 gigabytes of RAM should be enough to handle this game. This is the vanilla game, and I have not installed any mods. This is playable. It is loading, but I really don't like the stuttering. If I was just going to play this, and this is the only way I had to play, I'd be okay with it. But I want to be able to make YouTube videos, and this, the stuttering that you see on the screen, that is not acceptable. Let's get myself into creative here. Looks like the world is loading just fine. Let's fly fast and creative. And now it's struggling just a little bit. Let's give it some time to load. I guess that's not too bad. But it still stutters whenever I'm looking around. Let me see if I can change any of the settings to get that working a little bit better. Let's turn off smooth lighting. VSync, I'm not sure what that even is actually. If you guys know, please let me know. I could just Google it, but I mean, it's easier just to ask you guys. That way you'll comment on the video. Haha. And it does seem to be a little bit smoother. I am noticing some stuttering, but overall, this is definitely playable. For YouTube, I don't know. I want it to run a little bit more smoothly than this whenever I look around. So I guess all that's left to do is to create the... So I guess all that's left to do is to use this. I'm going to turn this into the Debian 12 install ISO. Alright, CD or USB, pretty sure mine is AMD 64. We'll go with the Debian 12.9.0 AMD 64 netinst.iso. Okay, we've got the ISO downloaded. Now for Balena Etcher. Download Etcher. I guess first I should put this in the computer and see what's even on this SD card. Okay, just looks like some Windows stuff. That's okay. We go back to Balena. Flash from file. Downloads. Debian 12.9.0. And I'm not sure what's taking so long. I suppose there's nothing to do but wait. Okay, I'm done waiting. It looks like Balena freezes up when I choose Flash from File. So I'm going to use a program called Rufus. And here we are in Rufus. Okay, Rufus is not even showing my USB device. What to do about this? Okay, this is strange. Luckily, I do have my other laptop. Let me go back to Balena Etcher's website. And yes, there is a Linux download, so I'm going to switch computers and see if I can't get this USB to be an install image. Well, I think I figured out the problem. It's this USB adapter. I have a different one, and now Rufus can see it. So, here we go. Open. Persistent partition size I'll leave that as it is. Partition scheme. I think I'll go with GPT. Wait, what is this one? MBR, BIOS, or UEFI. I'm going to stick with that one since it has BIOS and UEFI. Default is fine. Start. Yes, ISO image mode. Yes. Okay. Awesome. The USB should be a bootable install file now. So let's restart and figure out how we can boot from the USB again. I think it was F12 as it starts up. Could have been F1, it could have been F2. I'll try F12 first. And this should be it. Nope, we're booting back into Windows 11. Let's see if I move this all the way to the top. F10, yes. Very cool. Well, my last video showed installing Debian 12 on that old Dell laptop, so I'm going to skip this. I will get Debian 12 installed, and I'll be back in a jiffy. I'll be right back. And here we are again. Looks familiar, right? Let's get Java version downloaded. I wonder why the Java version always starts in such a small window. The Tiny 11 world is now gone, but I guess it will be remembered forever on YouTube. Since we're on Debian 12, I'll choose Debian 12 to be the world name. And we'll see how Minecraft Java runs on Linux. And it does seem like even the world creation is taking a little bit longer. I kind of expected that the game would run better on Linux. But I guess we could wait and see how it actually runs in-game. That really didn't take very long. The moment of truth. Will it stutter when I look around? Maybe just a little bit, but this is pretty smooth. Can I go full screen? Yes, I can. I do see a little bit of stuttering, but this is a lot more smooth than it was on Windows 11. Let's go into Creative. So it does take a little while to load new chunks, but really it's not so bad. This, I would say, is playable for YouTube. So maybe in the next video I'll start making some Java version videos. I'll install some mods, maybe some RLCraft Dragora. Try my hand at that mod. One of the more difficult from what I hear. Alright, so that's how Minecraft runs on Windows 11 versus Linux, Debian 12. I guess that's all I have for you guys today. See you in the next one. Bye for now.